Kinects, I've always been into the idea of haunted houses. It's not that I actually find them that scary. In fact, they're actually pretty lame. But it's all part of their charm, and now there's a Kinect game that recreates that same lovable, lame, non-scariness, and it's called Haunt.
To begin with, you find yourself inexplicably dumped in a haunted house, and straight away you meet its owner, Benjamin Muldoon.
Hey, who's that handsome fellow? Why, it's me, Benjamin. Surprise!
But as you can see, he's been trapped inside the paintings in the house by ghosts, so it's up to you to bust those ghosts and free him.
To rescue Benjamin, you'll need to navigate your way around the house to track down 4 Fanta flasks to free him from his painted jail. Even though he's trapped, Benjamin doubles as your guide. He gives you tips and explains any new controls.
Good work. Now, we can't go anywhere until you get a train car onto these tracks. Luckily, I think there's a workshop nearby.
And I thought Haunt made a pretty decent use of the Kinect. You control the camera and interact with the world with your torch, which you use by acting as if you're actually holding a torch. By pointing it to the edge of the screen, you'll look and turn in that direction, or by pointing it at an object, you'll interact with it. It's a full-body game with completely free navigation, so you can go pretty much anywhere you want. We've seen another game try this before, but it was pretty terrible, so it's nice to see Haunt doing a half-decent job of it.
To move forward, you simply have to walk on the spot, which I'm told works well. My automated mobility baseplate proved rather incompatible with the controls. Independently operated legs are a requirement.
Well, for those of us who do have independently operating legs, there is an option called assisted movement, which is activated by default. This basically makes the game a little bit more on rails by automatically turning the camera as you go around corners and automatically walking down any hall that you point your torch at.
Yeah, but I kind of found myself turning this off. It's sort of like you're fighting with the camera the whole time it's on, plus the controls are easy enough to wrangle without it.
The majority of the game is based loosely on old adventure games. As you wander around the house, you'll find locked doors or impassable barriers, and you'll need to find the correct items to progress. There's very little real puzzle solving. You simply need to find the right item and use it.
The house is also divided into 3 main areas, each slanted towards a particular way to use the Kinect. The motility vaults focus mostly on basic movements and operating machinery. Then the luminarium focuses on your eyes by throwing light puzzles at you and getting you to protect your eyes from blinding ghosts. You have to use your voice in the auditorium. You use it to defeat ghosts, and then you have to block your ears to protect yourself from screaming ghosts. I mean, they're basically pulling out every trick in the Kinect book.
Yeah, the fights with the ghosts themselves, though, are pretty straightforward. Haunt will always prompt you with the exact movement you need to make, and it gives you plenty of time to do so. I found that it just got a bit samey after a while. It was duck this, punch that, shine your torch and repeat. I just would have liked it more if it let me fight with my own style. But as it is, you're kind of just doing a bunch of Kinect-enabled events with basically zero freedom.
Yeah, but I felt like there was enough variety in the ghosts to stop the combat from getting too repetitive, but I agree it was way too simple. In fact, it's almost impossible to lose at this game unless you're really trying to. And there's heaps of extra health and lives lying around everywhere. We didn't even need to use an extra life once. It's that easy. Right, Goose, what are you giving it?
Oh, okay. Well, Haunt's a fun little distraction of a game, and I thought it was a nice little heart-pumping haunted romp. The problem is it's probably only going to take you about an afternoon to complete, so I'm giving it a 7.
Well, I quite liked it too. It's got that Scooby-Doo vibe to it. It's perfect for some spawnings in the mood for some ghost busting. And the sound effects are all spot on. Creaky doors and the echo of your footsteps, and the soundtrack is pulled straight out of Ghostbusters. I'm giving it 7.5 out of 10 rubber chickens.